Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to factorize trinomial like this, where you have the leading coefficient not 1. So the leading coefficient other than 1. As you can see in this example, this is 12. All right, let me show you how to easily factorize this trinomial. So what you're going to do first of all is to multiply this leading coefficient 12 by the constant term. So like this, you multiply 12 times 6 is 72. So I'm going to rewrite the expression like this, the trinomial like this: x squared plus 17x, and then plus, you multiply 12 by 6, you have what? 72. Let me write 72 here. So I have a sort of different trinomial. So let's factorize this. Don't worry, we're going to get back to the original trinomial. So what you're going to do now is to think of two factors. When you multiply these two factors, you will get 72. And when you add these two factors, you will get 17. So let's start by writing the pairs of numbers that can multiply themselves to give you 72. So here they are. We have 1 times 7, we have 2 times 36, 3 times 24, 4 times 18, 6 times 12, and 8 times 9. So amongst all these pairs of numbers, we have to choose the one. When you add the two numbers, you get 17. Amongst all of these ones, 8 plus 9 will give you 17. So we're going to go with 8 plus 9. I'm going to open two brackets like so. 1 bracket and 2 brackets. I'll write x here and write x here, plus and then plus. So this is 8 and 9. From here, I'm going to write 8 here and 9 here. So you might be wondering, what about the 12 that we had before? Yes, like I said, we're going to go back to the original trinomial, which is 12x squared plus 17x plus 6. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to multiply this constant term 8 and 9 by that 12. So I'm going to write 12 here and 12 here. So let's simplify 8 over 12. 4 can divide 8 and 12. 4 here is 2. 4 here is 3. Then let's divide 9 and 12. 3 here is 3. 3 into 12 is what? 4. So what do we have? We have that x plus 2 over 3 in one bracket, and then x plus 3 over 4. But we cannot leave our answer like this. What are we then going to do? Now watch this. I am going to multiply this x by this 3. So I'll take it off here and multiply by x, then multiply 4 by the x here. So what are we going to have? It's going to be what? 3x plus 2. You will no longer write the 3 there. It's gone. We've used it to multiply the x. So do the same thing here. 4 times x is 4x and then plus 3. So this is what we are going to have when we factorize the trinomial, which is what? Which is what we have here, 12x squared plus 17x plus 6. And if you factorize this, you're going to get this one here. If you expand this, you're going to get back the original trinomial. Let's treat one more example on this. So here is the second trinomial that we're going to factorize. Remember, what we are considering is where you have the leading coefficient other than 1. So the leading coefficient here is what? 6, is not 1. Now, like I did in the first example, you multiply 6 here by the constant term, negative 6. So let's rewrite this as x squared minus 5x, and then 6 times negative 4 is what? Negative 24. So we're going to factorize this particular trinomial. Let's do that. So again, like I explained before, open two brackets like so, put x here and put x here. Again, you're going to think of two numbers. When you multiply, you get 24. So let's write the different pairs. Now, you don't have to write the different pairs. If you can figure out the two numbers that when you multiply, you get 24, you can go ahead and do that straight up. So let's write out the different pairs of numbers such that their product gives 24. Now, here are the different pairs of numbers: 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. Now, you must take note of something. You know, in the first example, the numbers, they were all just positive, but here you have two negative signs. So here's what you are going to do. Because this here, right here, has a negative sign, 1 in the bracket needs to be negative. So you cannot write plus and plus here. Because this constant term is a negative number, 1 has to be minus. So let's write minus here, and we've written plus here. Okay. Now, which of these pairs are we going to pick? Here's what you are going to do. Since this is 5, let's leave out the minus. Since this is 5, look for the pairs so that when you subtract, you are going to get 5. It is 3 and 8, because 8 minus 3 is what? 5. So we are going to use 3 times 8. The question is, should I write 3 here or 8 here? Or how am I going to know what to write? So here's what you are going to do. Make sure that when you bring out these two numbers and you try to add the two numbers, it must give you negative 5. Okay? So that means that the bigger number has to be here, which is 8, and the smaller number has to be here. Because when you bring out 3 or plus 3 and then negative 8, and you evaluate this, 3 minus 8 is what? Negative 5, as we have as the middle term. So these are the ways you can correctly place the values in the bracket. So let's move on again. We already have the two brackets, but like we did in the previous example, you will have to divide the constant term 3 and 8 by what now? Let's go back. By the leading coefficient 6. So we come here and divide 3 and 8 by 6. So you have x plus 3 over 6 here, and what? X minus 8 over 6. So let's simplify this. 3 here is 1, 3 here is 2, 2 here is 4, 2 here is 3. So what do we have? We have that x plus 1 over 2 in bracket here, and what? X minus 4 over 3. So I'm going to multiply x by this 2 here and multiply x by this 3 here, so that we'll have the two brackets without fractions in them. So this is what? 2x plus 1 in the first one, and then what? 3x minus 4. And if you factorize this, you're going to get this as the result. If you multiply these two brackets, it gives you the original trinomial. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, kindly subscribe to this channel, share my work to your friends and family. I'll see you in the next video. It's bye for now.